Do you know that there are so many men who are trapped in marriages and relationships that are choking them, but they cannot come out from? Men don't talk. They go through a lot. You see, you don't see them here talking about their marriages, talking about their relationships, or talking about their pain, okay? But let me tell you, most men are trapped, okay? There are so many men that are trapped in marriages or relationships that they cannot come out from, but they don't talk. Because to the society, a man needs to be strong. A man needs to always swallow the bitter pills. Men don't talk and therefore don't talk. But as a woman, we are quick to come out to talk. We are quick to come out to talk. We are quick to ask for divorce. We are quick to ask for breakups. But let me tell you, men go through a lot. Most men are not happy in their relationships or their marriages. That is the truth. But they don't know how to come out from it. It's so difficult, especially when kids are involved, okay? It becomes extremely difficult. So to my women here, don't think you are the only one that is unhappy in that relationship or marriage. The men go through it too. They are dealing with a lot. But who are they to talk? Who will listen to them? No one. It's always, you are the man. You don't have to talk. You are the man. Take it easy on yourself. For how long?
You see, when we tell you people about the institution of marriage and we are pointing out how historically, culturally, systemically, fundamentally, that institution has been set up against women and only for the benefit of men. You people say we are better. You people say, oh, we are single. Nobody has picked us. That's why we are doing this. We are trying to, get young women to join in our misery. But there's a video of a Nigerian pastor circulating now where he's bragging, talking with so much joy and excitement about how he killed his wife's dreams. When he first met her, she wanted to be a medical doctor. She was so obsessed. All she wanted to be was a medical doctor. All her passwords included doctor. She was already reading a course in something biology, and then after that she was going to top up and then become a medical doctor. When he met her, he stopped her from going to pursue medicine. And then she said, okay, if you won't let me become a doctor, let me just go do my master's abroad. He killed that dream too. And he insisted she stayed in Nigeria with him, that she was going nowhere. He's bragging about it, laughing joyfully. But you see, it's good because he includes a session where he's saying, whatever dreams you want to achieve, especially for women, you women, achieve it. Oh, whatever it is you want to do for yourself, do it before you get that, before you enter into marriage, because that institution has been set up for men. You think if it was the man that wanted to become a medical doctor, you think something will stop him? You think you need permission from his wife? She's given up everything. She knows her entire support system in Nigeria, enjoying him and following him wherever he needs to go for his dreams. Let's be honest. If he was the one that wanted to become whatever it is, pursue his masters, you think the woman has a choice? No. I tell people this, when I was young, in my neighborhood, sometimes when people are going to get married within the neighborhood or within the community, you hear of it. Other times you don't hear of it. One of the easiest ways I could tell a man I knew in the neighborhood had recently gotten married, let's say within 3 months, 4 months, has recently gotten married, is how good the man suddenly looks. He begins to start dressing well. He's wearing nice shirts, African print shirts, kaftan, his shoes, his trousers. He's gained a decent amount of weight. He looks healthy. He's no longer skinny with his bones. He's healthy because why? He's eating good. He's sleeping good. He has somebody taking care of all the nitty-gritties that he requires to now pursue his career and his dreams. Men start looking good immediately they get married. The opposite was for women. One way I could tell a woman in my neighborhood has recently gotten married is how suddenly she stops taking care of herself, or she no longer has time for herself. It's the visible physical changes from stress and from now prioritizing somebody else's needs. You see, when women get married, they immediately assume the role of a mother. They don't have to have babies of their own, and they don't have to go through pregnancy and childbirth to assume the role of a mother. When women marry, they become mothers. You see, and then the self-neglect starts. When we are talking about the institution of marriage, we don't hate you. I would love for you to prosper. I would love for you to be in love and have a great support partner and have a marriage that actually enhances your life. But if you people don't pay attention to the research and what the research shows from sociology, from psychology, from divorce lawyers, marriage fundamentally is an institution, women, that has been set up against your progress. That's why there are women who prioritize marrying into money so they can have help and assistance here and there. I won't prescribe that to you because it also comes with its own things. But if you're a woman and you have dreams and goals, focus on that and prioritize that, and make sure that who you select as a partner is somebody that understands that you're an individual before you're a wife. You're an individual before you're a mother. Okay, there are so many women, African women, walking in resentment, sitting in resentment because for the past 5 years, 6 years that they got married, their lives have just been put on hold. And the man, his dreams are going on. He's pursuing everything he needs and wants. You see, and men have found a way to manipulate women to believe that their dreams are for the benefit of the entire family. But you, a woman's dream, is not that important, right? So the man is, oh, I'm doing this for us. It's a sacrifice for us. But if you divorce him right now, his credentials are his and his alone. His fame is his and his alone. His professional experience is his and his alone. You cannot work with that man's credentials. Stop letting these men trick you into believing that what he's doing is for your benefit. And this is why so many women find it so hard to divorce in Africa, because they've given up so much of themselves and their lives to this institution with nothing to show for it. All those things he's doing in the name of his sacrifice for the family, it's his and his alone. It's on his CV. In sociological research and in feminist sociological research, there's something called glass ceilings, which is what feminist researchers saw as something, this invisible barriers that block women from succeeding in life, that stunts women's growth and their potential, that limits or curbs or kills it. Glass ceilings, it's a ceiling, it's a blockade, but you can't see it. This is societal narratives, societal stereotypes, expectations, religious expectations. So many women are confused about what it means to be a good Christian wife and to be an individual. They don't even know what that means. Sometimes having autonomy feels like you are going against your religious teachings on what it means to be a woman. These are parts of the glass ceilings. Because why is it that this pastor is bragging about how he killed his wife's dreams, but if it's his dreams, he does not need permission from anybody? So girls, wake up, wise up. Don't listen to these incels and dimwits on the internet telling you not to listen to feminists. Feminists want your best interest at heart. Go to school, learn a trade, start that business. And whoever you're going to pick as your life partner is somebody that recognizes fundamentally how important it is for you to do things that make you fulfilled outside of being a wife and outside of being a mother. You are an individual first. Okay? Do you understand me? One of the most important decisions you make in your life is who you choose to marry. Marry somebody that is wise. Marry somebody that has evolved. Marry somebody that understands that this institution fundamentally and historically is an institution that hasn't served women in their best interest, and is somebody that should also be willing to make sacrifices for your own personal and individual growth. Because outside of that marriage, you are still a human being. Do you understand me? Okay.
I had such a powerful reflection working with a couple. If you're going to deconstruct religion, you need to deconstruct patriarchy, and you need to deconstruct marriage as well. I was taught that there was sanctity in marriage. I was taught that marriage was good. I was given a romanticized idea about marriage. But it really clicked for me today that marriage longevity and feminine oppression are correlated. Marriage has just had a good PR team. The PR around marriage is much like how car salesmen have been traditionally. You think you're getting a great deal, but it's a good deal because you just bought a jalopy and you didn't know it. I remember hearing someone say, well, people don't court anymore. People don't date anymore. Courting was a selling process. Courting was advertisement. Courting was what a man did within the tradition of marriage, because he was going to get a dowry and a woman who would work for him for the rest of her life. He was trying to impress her family because he was going to get paid. We perceive courtship from a modern framework when at that time it did not exist in that way, that it was a very serious matter. It was a marriage market because they needed to sell her, and they needed her to be presentable and winsome so that a young man would want her. It was a matter of survival. It wasn't a matter of romantics. I like this person and I think they're cute. And we have such a misunderstanding. Parents needed to sign off. They were a big part of the process because that was the tradition. And this is why even in modern days, people could be cut out of their family. People are rejected by their families because they choose partners that their families don't want. This is the tradition of marriage. Your parents had to sign off and he needed permission to own you. It's something that parents initiated. It's something that they established because the marriage that would be in formation would be a continuation of a previous tradition. And this is why people in traditional cultures to this day will tell young couples, especially, that your marriage is not for you. Your wedding, is not for you. It's your parents. And this is why parents have such a heavy hand in who shows up to the event, who participates. The concept of the father paying is grafted into, or the parents paying is grafted into the tradition of ownership. This is the tradition of marriage in our culture. Not love, not romance, not freely choosing your partner, but being grafted into a tradition due to necessity, due to survival, and not having options. Our whole concept of, as women today, as girls growing up, having options is new. Having a choice is new. Collaborating is new. We have been given a myriad of information in terms of in our cultural consciousness around relationships. We're given the Disney concept, which is a very old concept of love, where a woman is rescued by a man. Why is she rescued? Because she can't make a living on her own. I mean, like practically, he is rescuing and saving her because she can't make it on her own without him. That is not the reality today. This is what makes marriage a matter of equality and maintaining. And I'm on my phone right now. You're likely looking at this video from your phone. And if you have an iPhone, it needs to update. If you have a laptop, your Windows program needs an update. Marriage requires what long-term successful relationship looks like today, which it didn't even 30 and 40 and, well, maybe not 30 years ago. It didn't 50 years ago. It didn't involve equals. That in marriage vows to this day, some people are still saying in religious environments, obey. This was a requirement of the tradition because it required the subjugation of women to be as successful as it was. We have a romanticized vision of what the institution looked like.
Welcome back, Healing Fam. So I was playing this lady's video. Hope, no. And boy, did she deconstruct the idea of the institution. It's saying it is even like, how does that roll off your tongue? The institution of marriage. And in the vows, I vow to obey. Obey. But that goes back to years back. A woman is like sold as properties from your father's house to your husband's house to be a source of labor and to move the work forward for his legacy, to produce children, so you can move the legacy forward to have more laboring people in the field, whatever the field looks like. But I wanted to read a few of the comment, and it's crazy. One person goes, insanity, that is enraging. And it literally can enrage you. See, a couple years back, not too far from these times, that, like, when you think of it, just mind-boggling. Women could not even have bank accounts or credit cards. We couldn't own our way out, work, access to work, access to education was non-existent or super limited, you're to be seen and not heard in most. And it's still that same concept, especially with men who are still very much drenched into patriarchal ideologies. But that's how the feminist movement came about. So you have the power of choice. So you can choose a partner, and if it doesn't work and it's not working, you had to discontract the whole idea of forever of being with that person, because marriage is supposed to be a contract where you stay on forever, despite the fact that it's eating away at the very fabric of you. And knowing that the power of choice to be able to walk away, to be able to have that agency to provide for you, for yourself. And it's awesome if it works out perfectly and both of you continue to align and show up and do the work that's necessary to make the marriage work. But the reverse is true when the other person feels entitled to you just for the sake of their gender. And that's what the feminist movement continues to do the work on, deconstructing some of these ideologies of what marriage looks like, separation, divorce, and really destigmatize the idea of if you're choose to divorce, especially in our communities of color, then there's this whole dark cloud that just weighs around you like. But it's just so nice in 2025 to see as a collective that is starting to be debunked. So it goes, one comment is, romance is a fantasy, marriage is a scam. But it's a scam if you want to look at it from a standpoint of you becoming a victim or being victimized. Once again, it goes back to your power, your agency, your ability to recognize what is going on, the patterns, the changes, the red flags, the struggles. It shouldn't be a struggle. Marriage, relationship should not be a struggle. Yes, you have disagreements and all that, but should not be a power struggle or get to the point where, okay, the honeymoon phase is gone. Now is a time to struggle and just do this grinding work of what it is. Like, why would you want to relegate the rest of your life to grinding because you want to stay with a person? Can you take that person off the pedestal and put you on the pedestal? Stop falling for the propaganda. Love yourself first. No man will complete or fulfill you. It's all smoke and mirror. Religion is a tool for the patriarchy to use, to dominate, to control, to silence you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comment section.
This video is specifically for my women. I have been talking about triangulation a lot, and this is not just limited to a narcissist, so please understand that. I want to make sure that I clear that up. But triangulation is not just a man physically cheating on you with another woman. No, that can be entertaining other women or bringing other women around for their own selfish reason, meaning that they will find a woman or multiple women and they will bring those women around, or they'll mention those women, or they'll just like keep things out or stuff like that. And they do it because they're trying to influence enough insecurity, worry, doubt, jealousy in you to make you compete and to compare with another woman for their own selfish reason. And what you don't realize that in the process of a person who is a manipulator, who uses triangulation as a manipulation tactic, what you don't realize is sometimes you are a victim of their own insecurity. Most times men who do that have their own insecurities within themselves. Sometimes these type of men will literally utilize you, meaning that they will watch you fight and go above and beyond at the expense of your own well-being to show that you're good enough, to show that you're worthy enough, to show that you're lovable, and all of that boosts their self-esteem. You doing all of that makes them feel like they are worth the fight. You are boosting their self-worth and their self-esteem by minimizing and devaluing yourself. Now you're sitting here comparing yourself to this woman or these women, trying to figure out what can I take from these people and apply it to myself to build this ideal or to create this idea of what I think he needs from me. And sometimes that's you all abandoning yourself. You will abandon your own values. You will sell your own morality to be accepted by this man, to be prioritized, for him to see that you are number one. Is a fight worth fighting? Until you come to the realization that what is on the opposite side of that man is worth having, you are not going to leave that man alone. So whether that is you, a life, goals, aspirations, dreams, a future, until you realize that it is worthy of you pursuing, that it is worth you going for, you are going to be stuck competing against these other women, trying to prove to this selfish man that you are worth his attention, time, prioritization, and it is simply not worth it. Stop exhausting yourself. You can't win the fight because he won't end the fight. And he is going to continue doing so until you run yourself insane and he realizes that there is nothing else that he needs from you. And you will be depleted, wishing that you never would have exhausted yourself for that man. If you still have not learned how to identify and recognize the profile of a manipulator, understanding manipulation tactics and behaviors, learning what makes you susceptible or vulnerable to these tactics, understanding yourself, setting boundaries and things like that, I hope I get to see you all in my Safe Love course in March. The link is in my bio, okay? I wish you all the best. Happy healing. Protect yourself, ladies. Bye, baby.